Ugh. Tired after one Uber ride delivery. But look, so I'm sitting here thinking, or I'm sitting in my Uber driving, I'm thinking like, what job am I gonna do for the rest of my life, right? And everything I think of, I'm just like, I'm just selling myself into some slavery. It's like no matter what plantation I pick, I'm still a slave, right? And it's like they lock in if you want food and everything on the plantations. So it's like they don't allow you to get food outside of the plantations, outside of their little money system. I mean, theoretically you can, but theoretically you can as well because it's like even the process of like living somewhere, you need to pay a fee of money, which means you have to work on some plantation. The government has literally commandeered the entire earth and made it so that you have to be a slave. And then they decided to, transition from chattel slavery to job slavery. It's easier to have people sell themselves into slavery than to have, people control them physically and sell them into slavery. You just control their mind, control their mind. That's the easiest way to control everybody. So I'm like just sitting here and I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, I'm 26. Like, what? I got a long time and I want to make the most of life. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't even know how long I'm going to live. I could die today. I could die tomorrow. I could die next week, next year, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I'm just like supposed to choose some sort of what they call career, um, which is just the perfection of slavery. Money is the perfection of slavery, right? It's like you now have everybody in a system where they cannot function, they cannot literally live anywhere without bowing to some plantation, to some government plantation. And I don't know if this is like over a lot of people's heads. I mean, I know I'm connecting with some people at least, like, but it just seems like everybody's just like, okay, like I keep thinking like, okay, like I can't really separate, you can't really separate money from all the crime and all the fucking famine and, you know, genocide and everything else connected to that money. Like once you become a part of the system, you're a part of the system. It's like, and we're all in that system. We're all fucking slaves to that system. And it's ridiculous when I see like slaves fight with each other or like argue over like, you know, free Palestine. Like I was watching this video of this guy like, in the New York City park, and he was like, I think it was like Grand Park. No, wait, Grand Park is in Atlanta. I don't know. It was like free Palestine, and this guy was like, oh, I'm Israeli, fuck Palestine. And then they're like, oh, let's fucking box, let's box. And then like he's like chasing this guy around the park, and then the fucking park ranger, like I don't look like police, but it was like a fucking guy with the police uniform ish on. It was green though, and he's like separating them, and I'm just like, these are like three groups of slaves. Somebody's working for the state, for the police. Somebody's, just a slave in the park. Another person's a slave in the park. And they're both arguing about, you know, a genocide that's occurring and, that not even the Israelis or, Israelis are in control of with their government. Not even Netanyahu is even in control of. Like, there are people higher than him that even it's like, it's not even worth arguing with. So then it's just like, okay, what the fuck are we actually doing here? What am I doing for work? What am I doing for my job? It's all just a perfection of slavery. So I'm just like, okay, well, am I going to accept this or am I going to find a way out? Because I feel like accepting it is the bitch move. Like, I feel like you have to at some level, like right now, for example, I'm living in this house that my parents are paying for where, you know, it's easier for me to kind of separate myself mentally from the pain and anguish that goes into sustaining a house like this and the work that you have to do and selling yourself as a slave to a job and a corporation and the government and working on a plantation for your entire life to be able to eat. But when I move out, it's going to be the same thing for me, you know, whether I'm driving for Uber, which, you know, I made a video about why I love driving for Uber. At the same time, I mean, it's just another plantation at the end of the day. Like, it's still slavery. It's still, you know, taxing as fuck. Like, I get tired. It's like you almost yawning at the beginning of this video after one fucking delivery. And yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm obviously not gonna do fucking Uber for fucking 40, 50, 60 years. Um, and I'm like thinking about, okay, law school again. It always pops back up in my mind. And I'm just like, I can't even. This is the thing. Like, this is a side note. Like, I can't even fathom. And I want to talk to my case manager about this at my school, that my counseling and psychological services, that's talking about like accommodations. I just cannot fathom writing a 15 to 20 page paper about a system that's built on a house of cards. I just can't. It's like there's no integrity to the system. It's just people talking out of two sides of their mouths. People are like, oh, this is the Constitution. And then they don't abide by the Constitution. Then they say, this is the new Constitution. Then they say, this is the new law. And then this is the blah, blah, blah. And this is blah, blah, blah. And then everybody's kind of bought out. And I'm like, okay, like maybe there's like a sliver, a tiny portion of people that are like actually in here that are like trying to do good. But like at the end of the day, it's going to be outside of the legal system where we're all going to be thriving, outside of the government, outside the United States, outside the states of the world and the countries of the world and the world government that's run by one person or one group of people at the top, you know. And yeah, I just keep thinking, I'm like, I look at the essays that people are writing for their final exams, and it's like 15, 20 pages of just bullshit, bro. I'm just like, well, you know, this law says this, and you know, they could decide this, and you know, after this case, you know, this would be considered contacts in the state, but well, I don't fucking agree with any of that shit. And I don't even think contacts. I don't even think the fucking ruling was right. I don't agree with the concept of contacts, and I don't agree with the concept of like, you know, joinder, and you know, I don't agree with the concept of any of that law shit. And it's all fucking a ruse anyway. It's a fucking mask and masquerade for like what's really going on in a system of terrorism that keeps everybody in fucking prison. So I'm just like, I can't even fathom doing that shit. I'm like, okay, like that's like the closest thing to like not even just a respectable job, but also like a fucking lucrative job, you know, that I can guarantee something other than like business and entrepreneurship, which I could also do, but that's like high risk, high reward, and you know, all that shit. So I'm just like, God damn, like I keep thinking about it, like fuck, like I just can't sit in a room for 3 hours and fucking lie my ass off, you know. And like maybe I want to talk to them at the school about like if there's another way for me to do it, but even then, it's like if I want to be a practicing attorney, I have to pass the bar, and the bar exam is the same thing, where it's like you basically got to take a hypothetical scenario and then play out the law. You know, well, when a contract is formed, when there's a consideration, an offer, and an acceptance, and in this case, the offer was made and they put it in the mailbox, and then you know they got the delivery, and then the person tried to cancel the contract, so it wasn't a void contract, but it could be a void contract. But you know, I'm just like, like I can't. What the fuck? Like, so maybe this is good that I made this video because I'm just fucking playing myself that I keep going back and forth. But then I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck else? I can't be here forever, and I'm just like, I can't do Uber forever, but I'll do it for a little bit, and then it's like, fucking cost of living is crazy. So it's like wherever I move, I'm like even considering like getting a fucking private office space and living in a fucking office, getting a gym membership, you know, paying like 220, 250 a month for the office, you know, whatever for the gym membership, to shower, you know, get a fucking portable stove, cook in the park. Like that's literally the fucking options I'm thinking about right now. And I keep watching all these TikToks about, you know, everything that led up to concentration camps, Nazi Germany, the Holocaust. And it's like the same exact shit that's happening now. And I'm just like, and then it's like the people that are around me in my life are just like, AI. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do another summer job. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to work today. Oh, we gotta care about what the president said, and oh, this thing on the news and whatever. I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I guess that's an update. I don't fucking know, guys. I gotta go. And I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna go do. Like, I'm just gonna fucking lay in my bed. I'm still fucking online for Uber. I haven't gotten another fucking request because I'm only doing deliveries since my fucking safety inspection expired. And I'm gonna try to get that resolved tomorrow when places open on Monday. But I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here, fucking end the video, upload it at some point, go back on TikTok, go back on YouTube, work on some music maybe. But I'm like not motivated to do anything. Like, I'm not motivated at all. I think the mental health piece is a portion of it, but I also just think it's just like the state of everything where it's just like, I don't even, like, there's nothing that I'm working towards. Like, there's no point. It's all just the fucking, they got their fucking fangs fucking deep in every fucking thing. And everybody just sitting around, still doing interviews, still doing fucking shows and concerts. And I'm just like, what's the next fucking holiday? And everybody's just gonna be like, oh, let's celebrate it. Like, okay. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.